So what is the definition of prodigy? It's an impressive or outstanding example of a particular quality or an amazing or unusual thing, especially one out of the ordinary course of nature. Does Springfield's 1911 DS Prodigy AOS with the Hex Dragonfly meet that definition? There's only one way to find out. What it is. Now, I'll be honest, guys, I have not been a huge fan of 1911s, and it's not because of how they feel or shoot. I love that. It's always been their limited mag capacity. So when I saw the Prodigy, it definitely caught my attention. Now, they refer to the new 1911s like this with double stack magazines. Okay, this is the 17 round mag. Now, that does make the grip larger than the traditional 1911, which is what a lot of folks like, such as myself. Now, with that said, this is an extremely comfortable grip. I've got small hands. I love this grip. Now, this gun is probably not ideal for concealed carry due to the size and weight, but it is an outstanding choice for the range, competition, home, self-defense, due to the low recoil, manageability, and accuracy, and also just a good shooter. At least those are all the things we're going to test to see if it is those. It doesn't. Let's get this zeroed here at 50 yards with the Hex using some AAC ammo, starting with 124 grain and see. Now I will test it to find out what groups the best using the 115, 124, or 147 grain, and then we'll start banging on some steel out to 200 yards or as far as we can. Also going to take it back to the CQB range. As they say in UFC, let's get her on. Okay, so I wasn't planning on doing any video today. It's actually a horribly windy day. You'll apologize for the noise, but anyway, I did want to show you because it's such a windy day, and the groups that I was still able to get here at 50 yards. Okay, I got this zeroed, and I started off with 124 grain, then I went 115 grain and 147 grain, and I'm breaking in the barrel. And we're, midway through seasoning it. Anyway, I was really pretty impressed, and I wanted to just jump on here and show you because I was going to wait for a non-windy day and do the bulk of the review. But anyway, check out these groups. Now, this is full brightness, and that's for shooting precision like this and getting it zeroed. It's way too bright. It kind of starbursts a little bit. It's that bright. So I'm going to dial it down about 4 settings, and it'll be just perfect. Okay, I think you can see the dot there just on the right side of the target, and that's 3 settings down from the brightest. And that gives us a really small, crisp dot that allows the precision zeroing. Okay, so what I'm using for ammo here for getting it zeroed, I started off with 124 grain and got the 0 on that. Then I moved to 115 grain, and we did 147 grain. I did 10-shot groups of each of those. Let's go take a look. All right. Those aren't bad groups, guys, from back there at 50 yards. So this is the 124 grain. This is the first 3 shots right here, and I just brought it down, okay, as I was seasoning the barrel, which makes a huge difference. And then the last group I got was kind of right here. And then I switched over, I went and cleaned, and this is the 115 grain, and that's 10 shots. I think it likes that the best, although the 147 grain, that's not too bad either. So, I'm going to go with 115 grain just because it's pretty much where I want it to be for some distance shooting, but you could argue the 147 grain. Okay, super happy with those groups. I'm going to come back at the end, and we're going to do one last grouping. I'll clean and polish the barrel, finish the break-in, and then we're going to see just what we can get. But before we do that, let's go back to the CQB range and see how it performs at a normal or practical distance. Do that is we're going to run a bunch of different ammo through it. I'm going to run some of the worst steel-cased Wolf, Tula, Wolf Military Classic, some hollow points, and if we're going to have hang-ups, I think we're going to find them. Okay, real quick here, this is all the different types of ammo that we're going to test during this review. Okay, I've heard that this has very low recoil, manageable, so let's just test that. First thing off, let's just do a mag dump here. Okay, another way I like to test recoil or manageability is transitioning, how fast I can transition, and also distance. Especially with a pistol reaching out 25, 50 yards, if you can get shots off fast, it typically has got to have some decent recoil or recoil management. So I've got my 147 grain in here. We'll just start off down here at 25 yards. While we're testing it out, we'll go ahead and start doing some different ammo. Here's some Fiocchi. Let's just try a transition in here. Okay, next I've got some SAR USA. This is some Turkish ammo, 124 grain. Let's give this. Okay, so the next one is some Tula hollow point. This is kind of interesting stuff. I did a review on this a while back. Okay, next we got the good old Tula, full metal jacket, steel cased. Okay, next we've got some Gecko, hollow point. Okay, then we got the classic Wolf. And if Wolf doesn't do it for you, how about Wolf Military Classic? We can't forget American Eagle. We definitely want to try AAC's the XTP. Okay, I want to see how fast I can get them on target at 25 yards there. Okay, so that's back here at the CQB range. I think we're going to head over to the long distance range. Okay, one of the things I like to do for testing accuracy and manageability with a pistol is shoot it at 100 yards. See what we can do. Nice. So this is what I was seeing when I was shooting at 100 yards. I was having to aim right at the top to hit the This is what I was seeing at 200 and about where I was aiming. I was about 6 feet above the target. Nice. Okay, so we just finished all the distance shooting, cleaned it. I was getting a little worried. This was the 115 grain, and I'm thinking, what the heck? So I put in 147, and that's pretty much the group we got with 147, but that's still compared to what we started with. And then I moved to the 124 grain, and that's a whole lot better. It did move a little to the left, though. There you have it, guys. It is what it is. You decide what you think. I hope you enjoyed the video, found it helpful. Until next time, happy shooting. Educate our young people to shooting and gun safety. Remember, every time that we're on the range, we're shooting, all eyes are on us these days. So be a good ambassador for the Second Amendment and be a safe and responsible gun owner.